What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick Dang here. Now in this video, I'm gonna show you my best strategies when it comes to standing out from your competition. So the thing is, you might find yourself selling a commodity product or service, meaning that, you're selling something similar to everybody else. When this happens, you might have to compete on price, and eventually, because everyone copies what you're doing, you gotta lower your prices over and over again until you're at the point where you're barely making any money. So in this video, I'm gonna be flipping the script so that even if you are selling a commodity product or service, just like everybody else, we're gonna show you how to position it in a way that's differentiated from your competition so that you can start increasing the value you provide and not have to always compete on price. Now, before we go ahead and get started, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, you already know what it is, and let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm gonna talk about is focusing on the results. So as salespeople and people starting in sales, a lot of times we focus on increasing our ability to sell and persuade, do presentations, negotiate, which are all good and very important. Even more important than that is what is it that you're actually selling, right? What is it that you're actually offering? At the end of the day, a customer wants a specific result if they are purchasing a product or service, right? So let's say you are a marketing agency or a lead generation agency, and it's your job to generate leads and generate revenue for your clients. Most people actually don't care about how you do the thing that you do, as long as it's legal, but what they really care about is the result. If I pay you money, are you going to be generating more money than I pay you, right? Because at the end of the day, like I said before, if you don't get the result somebody wants, you're not gonna go that far no matter how hard you try to push them. And when it comes to those results, as sellers, we have to really pay attention to what is it that people actually want. So if you're selling Facebook ad services, you're not really selling Facebook ad services. What you're selling is a way for a customer to generate more revenue. How you do it is almost irrelevant. It's still relevant, people do care, but they care a lot more about the result. So focus on the result and what somebody wants, not so much about what you're offering, right? So if you're selling, let's say, SEO services, nobody really cares if you're selling SEO services. What they care about is if people can find them on Google and buy their products and services, right? If you can do that for them, then they're going to easily pay you your fee for the service you provide. And so the next question that naturally comes after that is, how are you supposed to know what a person wants? Like, what result is it that they want? Well, if you ever find yourself on the phone with a customer, all you gotta do is ask them. Instead of talking so much about yourself and what you can do and how great you are, talk about, hey, what is it that you actually want? Let me see if I can help you actually do it. If they want more customers, then you lean into the direction of, I'm gonna help you get more customers. Don't lean into, oh, this is how we're gonna do this and that, I'm an expert in this. They don't care about that. They care about getting more customers. And so to really differentiate yourself from, your product and services from another person, stop talking about what you do, because everyone does the same thing. They copy your products and services. It's a commodity. Okay, everyone can do it. Great. But not everybody can actually execute those strategies to get the result. So instead of focusing on how you do it, focus on the results. People will see the difference, and then they're gonna trust you a lot more than the other guy, right? Think about this. If two people were selling, let's say, Facebook marketing services, right? One person said, I can do Facebook marketing services, but I'm not really sure if you're gonna get any customers. I'm not really sure if you're gonna make money. Okay, person number one. Person number two says, hey, I'm gonna get you customers using Facebook, and you're not gonna pay anything unless I actually bring leads into your door and they actually turn into sales. Both two people are selling the exact same thing. Person number one cannot promise a result and they're not confident that they can get it. Person number two says, you don't even pay unless I get you the result. Who are you gonna go with, even though they're selling the exact same thing? And everybody knows it's gonna be person number two. So that's why you need to understand the result that you provide and clearly articulate it so people kind of get the gist. Now, the next point we're gonna talk about is the customer and the salesperson confidence. So there's two steps of confidence. The first one is, how confident is the salesperson when they're actually, saying what they're gonna do, saying what they're gonna promise. And number two is, how confident does the prospect or your customer feel when they hear that salesperson communicate that value, and how confident are they to give this person money and actually expect the result? Okay, so let's go ahead and break this down. Now, as a salesperson, right, if you're selling something that you just absolutely don't believe in, that you sell this thing, it's gonna ruin someone's life, it's gonna be very difficult for you to actually sell them because it's kind of going against your gut feeling. You're like, man, I wanna make this money, but if I sell this person, they literally might lose their entire life savings, and I can't do that. And you're not gonna try as hard, you're not gonna have as much conviction because you don't believe in what you sell. So if you find yourself in a situation like that, I would actually recommend just getting a new job, selling something different, sell something you believe in. Because when you sell something you believe in and you know deep down in your heart that it actually helps people, well, you don't really have to fake it. You don't have to try so hard. Like, you know that this person should buy because it's gonna help their life. That's really the salesperson confidence. You know, how confident are they that when they sell this product and service, like, they're gonna feel good about it and not feel like, oh man, this person really shouldn't have bought. They're gonna literally lose their entire life savings doing this. You really need to believe in what you sell, and it's gonna show, right? There's no tricks, there's no gimmicks. You just naturally come off as more confident when you believe in what you sell. Now, the second thing is all about the customer's confidence in buying your product and service, right? So if a customer's not confident or they don't feel confident in giving you money, it's gonna be very difficult for them to sell. When I gave you the example of, let's say, two people selling Facebook marketing agency services, well, the first one is saying like, hey, I'm selling you Facebook marketing. I have no idea it's gonna get you results. I have no idea if you're gonna make a profit. Okay, so if I was a customer, I would be like, I am not confident in giving you thousands of dollars to run my Facebook ads if you have no idea if you're gonna get me a profit, right? I don't feel you're confident. No matter what you say, I don't feel confident in it. Now, for the other person, they're saying like, hey, I'm gonna run your Facebook ads. I'm gonna get you leads, I'm gonna get you customers, only pay me based on the customers I get you when it comes to revenue. So in that situation, I feel a lot more confident as a customer because this person is basically making a guarantee. They're saying that I don't have to pay anything if they don't get the result, and I feel good about that. I would go for the second person versus the first because, you know, they offer a better result and they are very confident in what they're saying, and I believe them. So tying it back to, you know, selling your products and services, how confident do you feel when you sell your thing, and how confident does the other person feel when they are thinking about buying? And if you're not confident and they're not confident, find ways to really communicate the value and show that this is the right decision for them. Otherwise, it's gonna be very difficult for you to sell. Now, the next element when it comes to dominating your competition is time, duration, or, you know, time length, time delay, however you wanna say it. It's just about time. So if you're selling any type of product or service and you're gonna say, hey, I'm gonna sell you this, you know, marketing services. You have no idea if you're gonna get results until 1 year from now. Do you wanna buy it? Of course they're gonna say no. Everyone's gonna say no. They're gonna be like, well, if it takes a year and I gotta keep paying you for an entire year and I don't even know if it works, well, why would I spend that long to pay you, right? It's ridiculous. If somebody said, hey, you pay me and I'm gonna get your results in 2 weeks, then I'm gonna pay this person because I'm a lot more confident in that, right? So the faster you can deliver your results, the more likely people are to buy. If you say I'm gonna get a result in 6 months, they might be a little hesitant about that. But if you say I can get it in 1 month or 2 weeks and you can start seeing some results, then they feel a lot more confident because you're shortening the time, and it's kind of like they get that satisfaction of knowing that their investment actually paid off. Here's a really good example. Let's say you're going to the dentist, right? And you have a cavity or whatever it is. Would you wanna go to a dentist that says, hey, you know, to fix that cavity, it's gonna take me 5 hours. Do you wanna do it? I'm gonna be like, that seems a little long. But if I went to another dentist and they said, hey, I can probably get that done in 30 minutes, but you're gonna have to pay, you know, twice as much as the other guy. Do you wanna do it? I'm gonna say yes, right? Because, you know, I don't wanna be at the dentist for 5 hours, that's painful. I'm willing to pay someone more money to do it faster than the person who's gonna take longer to do it. Think about that. If someone took 5 hours to do a job and they want us like $100 to do it, for example, you know, I would rather pay $300 for someone to do it in 20 minutes because I would pay for the speed and convenience. So in your, you know, product or service that you're selling a commodity, you're selling something that everyone else is doing. How fast can you get the result? Can you do it faster than your competition? Because if you can, then that means you're differentiating yourself from everybody else. Because if everyone takes 1 month to get a result and you can get it in 2 weeks, well, they're gonna pay extra for that speed. And in the real world, there's so many different examples of this. For example, if you're in America and you wanna go to Japan, do you wanna take a plane or you wanna take a boat? Obviously the plane is gonna be faster, it might be more expensive, but you're willing to pay the price. Or if you're, you know, traveling short distances, would you rather take a local bus, which is cheap, or would you rather take an Uber, which comes to wherever you are, picks you up and drops you off in the exact place you want? I'm gonna pay for the Uber. So no matter what it is that you're selling, if you speed up the time it takes to deliver the result, it's going to show that you are better and different from everybody else. And now the next point that we have is going to be difficulty, meaning how difficult or how much work a customer has to actually put in to get the result that you are promising. So I'll give you an example when it comes to fitness, okay? So, you know, I'm someone that likes to work out, right? And during the beginning stages, the first couple years of me, you know, learning how to go to the gym and lift weights, and I, you know, just typed whatever on Google, like how to do a bench press, how to do, do dumbbell curls, how to do squats, whatever. And I would have to spend a lot of time like learning stuff on the internet and then going to the gym by myself and like trying it out. And I don't even know if I'm doing it correctly. And so not only am I spending a ton of time learning about how to properly gym, I had to like go there, do it myself, and I can't like self-correct myself because I'm a beginner, right? So, you know, for many years, like this was the cycle, and I was slowly improving but not making a lot of progress. Now, years later, you know, I had a cousin, he's someone who's like interested in bodybuilding and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, you know, you're kind of fit, but I think you can do better when it comes to, you know, working on your physique and this and that. And I was like, oh, really? You know, because I've been trying to teach myself for many years and apparently it's not working. So he started to train me and I started to, you know, go to the gym every other day with him. And, you know, he was showing me exactly how to bench press and do this and that, the proper way to do it, educating me on diet. And, you know, it was actually like so much faster to learn from an expert than to actually just try to go on YouTube, watch random videos and piece it together. You compare the two, right? I took the free option, which is learning by yourself on YouTube online, which absolutely does work, but it takes a lot more time. You don't know if you're doing it right and there's no one to correct you. And it could be many years before you actually get the result. Now, you know, going to, let's say, a personal trainer, someone who's an expert in their field, they're almost like a walking encyclopedia and you're just asking them questions, they're training you, they're correcting you, they're showing you everything they know, and you're learning all that information in a short amount of time. So in this situation, all I gotta do is go to somebody and they're gonna show me everything, they're gonna show me how to do it, and I don't even have to use my brain, I don't have to think, I just gotta do what they say and I'm gonna get the result. Obviously, I still gotta go to the gym, right? It's not like a magic pill, but you know, I don't have to like think, use it, like cognitively think to actually get a result. In both situations, you know, you're going for the same result, which is becoming more fit, looking better, having a better body, things like that. However, doing it by yourself is way more difficult than having a personal trainer. So the value you provide as a personal trainer compared to doing it by yourself is very high because the difficulty drops significantly. You know, there's a lot of people who have a lot of money but don't have a lot of time. Well, they're willing to pay personal trainers to train them because it's faster. That's the case for basically almost any product and service, right? Like whatever it is that you provide gets them the result fairly easily. They don't have to think, they don't have to worry, they don't have to hire a bunch of people and do this and that. They literally just pay you and you take care of everything. Well, that's where value is created, right? Because you're making it easy for the customer to buy. And as long as, you know, what you're providing is of value, meaning that the customer feels like they're getting a good deal, well, it's an easy sell. If you're doing like Facebook marketing services, like there's a lot of integration that goes on, right? You gotta integrate a pixel and you gotta install all these things on your website to make it work properly, right? A lot of technical things. Now, if you said, hey, you know, I could run your Facebook ads, but you gotta do this and that, you gotta hire this person to do this, they're gonna be like, why can't I just pay you to do the job, right? Why do I have to do all these steps? Doesn't make sense. That means you're not really providing that much value, right? So if you basically said, hey, just pay me X amount of dollars, I'll set the entire thing up for you. You don't have to think about it. And I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna be printing money for you. I would pay extra for that service because, you know, I don't have to think about it at all. So in your products and services that you're selling, think about how can you make it as easy as possible for the customer to buy. Like get it so simple that they just have to pay you money and boom, they get the result, right? It's kind of like, almost like, you know, Amazon's a great example. You go to Amazon, you have Amazon Prime, you got the one-click buy and send to your door, which is crazy, right? And boom, frictionless. They make it extremely easy to buy compared to every other website like Walmart or, you know, whatever the competition is. And you're more likely to buy from them because it's just much easier. That's pretty much how you differentiate yourself from your competition, right? It's all about making it easy, making it fast, promising a great result and actually delivering, and, you know, having confidence in actually doing the thing and communicating that confidence so the customer feel confident in you. And so with that said, that is pretty much how you are going to differentiate yourself from your competition. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this type of in-depth, you know, sales strategy video. Type yes in the comments. Let me know that you like this. Let me know if I should make more videos like this because I'll be happy to. And if you want to learn more about sales and closing, make sure to check out my other video on my top 3 sales strategies you can use to close more deals. With that said, my name is Patrick Dang. I'll see you guys in the next one.